Everyone's heard of the typical rags to riches story where the main character starts out very poor and unfortunate and somehow comes across something that makes him successful in the future. Well, I consider myself to have a similar example, just without all the fame and fortune. Some of the sources that I used today are backseatcuddler.com, Wikipedia, enzinearticles.com, yahoo.com as a search engine, and I included an interview with my mother, Betty Shu. My name is Ashley Shu, and the topic I will be discussing today is how coming from a not exactly fortunate background ended up benefiting me in the future. Three main points that I used were coming from a non-well-to-do family, working at an early age, and entering college very unprepared in my first year. While not all are money related, they've still helped me become the person that I am today. My parents weren't very fortunate when they grew up, and my mom started out working as a lab technician who was very underpaid and worked very long hours, while my dad was trying to start his computer company, and so we didn't have a lot of money to, spend when I was growing up, so I had to learn the value of a dollar and how to spend it as well as I could. I also had to learn to be frugal with whatever money that we had, whether or not it was using store coupons when I was growing up, or just finding deals at the mall or whatnot. But all of this taught me to spend money as wise as I could. This story is actually very similar to Ingvar Kamprad. He is the owner of IKEA, the furniture company store. He actually grew up starting to sell matches when he was young on his Swedish farm, and now he is the most successful businessman because he is worth the most money in the U.S. or in all of the world. He actually outbeat Bill Gates. I also had to work at an early age because I started growing up and I wanted to hang out with my friends, like at the movies or at the mall, which required spending money on things that I wanted to do. So I decided to get a job. My first job was when I was 15, and I started working at Baskin-Robbins. This taught me to work hard because I also had to learn to be hardworking at a job. This gave me a lot of job experience, which actually helped me out a lot in the future for my future jobs, because I ended up having 11 other jobs afterwards. Warren Buffett also grew up working at a very young age. He worked many jobs when he was young at a very early age, and now he's the most successful businessman and investor in all of the U.S. He's worth $37 billion. Also, Oprah Winfrey, she is one of the most successful women because she's very influential in all of the U.S. She actually had a very difficult start at her age. She had to deal with family problems in between, like marital problems. Her parents got divorced. She was actually molested by one of her family members when she was young, and she ended up having a baby when she was 14 years old who was premature. And now she is horribly successful. She makes a lot of money, and her name is always out there. My last and final point occurred when I was in my first year of college. I decided to put more emphasis on working rather than going to school and going to classes, which hurt me a lot because I wanted to make money to spend with my friends and extracurricular activities. I also put more emphasis on hanging out with friends and doing the college life rather than waking up for classes in the morning or spending time doing homework, which hurt me a lot, but I was able to realize my mistake and bounce back from it very soon. In conclusion, regardless of all these things that I've dealt with, growing up in a very poor family who didn't have a lot of money, working at such an early age and missing out on a lot of fun, messing up my first year in college and having to bounce back, this all helped me become the person who I am today. And regardless of not being able to spend so much at the mall, not buying the shirts that I want, regardless of not being able to go out and eat every day that I wanted to, and spending a lot of time with my friends, it still made me the person who I am today, and I'm very thankful for that, and I'd rather not change it for anyone else in the world. Thank you.